Well, good afternoon, family and friends of our graduates. Welcome to the College of Engineering and Computing's recognition ceremony. My name is Beena Sukumaran, and I'm the Dinesh and Ela Paliwal Dean of the College of Engineering and Computing. It is with great pride and pleasure that I introduce to you the class of 2025. Please remain standing if you are able and join in the singing of our national anthem. We'll be led by Andrew Peterson, a Master of Music and Music Performance student in the College of Creative Arts.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us today and for sharing your talent with us. Also, I'd like to thank the musicians for their musical accompaniment, our sign language interpreters, our closed captioning and audiovisual technicians, all of whom are listed in your program. I'd also like to take this moment to thank our staff, especially Colleen Bush, Wendy Owens, and so many others who made this beautiful program possible. Please join me in a round of applause for all these individuals. I also wanted to acknowledge some distinguished guests that we have in our audience today. Governor DeWine and First Lady Fran DeWine are here. So, Governor of the great state of Ohio. I'll now read our land acknowledgement. Miami University is located within the traditional homelands of the Miamia and Shawnee people, who, along with other indigenous groups, ceded these lands to the United States in the first Treaty of Greenville in 1795. The Miami people, whose name our university carries, were forcibly removed from these homelands in 1846. In 1972, a relationship between Miami University and the Miami tribe of Oklahoma began and evolved into a reciprocal partnership, including the creation of the Miamia Center at Miami University in 2001. The work of the Miamia Center serves the Miami tribe community and is dedicated to the revitalization of the Miami language and culture and to restoring that knowledge to the Miamia people. Miami University and the Miami tribe are proud of their work and of the more than 140 plus Miamia students who have attended Miami since 1991 through the Miamia Heritage Award Program. Now I'd like to introduce our platform party. I'll ask each person on the platform to stand if they're able, in turn to be recognized by the audience. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. starting with the far back row from your left, Mr. Nick Stanford, Academic Advisor for the Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering Department. Dr. Moniz Saunders, Associate Dean for Grad Studies, Research, and Innovation. Dr. Brian Kirkmeyer, Karen Buchwald-Wright, Senior Assistant Dean for Student Success. Dr. Tim Cameron, Associate Dean and Professor of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering. Ms. Colleen Bush, Assistant Dean for External Relations and Communication. In the front row, once again from your left, Dr. Liran Ma, Chair of Computer Science and Software Engineering. Dr. Kumar Singh, Chair of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering. Ms. Emily Baker, Student Keynote Speaker. Dr. Lindsay McMillan Brown, Research Engineer at NASA Glenn Research Center and our keynote speaker. Dr. Jason Abbott, Associate Dean, Graduate School. Dr. Jessica Sparks, Chair of Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering. Dr. Chi-Hao Cheng, Chair of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Please be seated. Now I'm pleased to recognize the special people most responsible for the education of our students, the people who serve on the faculty and staff of the College of Engineering and Computing. It is with great pride that I ask the faculty and staff members to stand, if they're able, and to be recognized for their outstanding commitment to the graduates we honor here today. Please. The faculty. Please be seated. As I stand here today, I'm filled with immense pride as I look at all of you. It also brings back a flood of memories. My journey to this stage was not always a clear or easy path. I stand before you not only as the dean of this incredible college, but also as someone who once sat where many of you did. A student whose parents never had the opportunity to complete four-year degrees, but nevertheless retained a strong passion for education. I also stand before you as a former graduate student who arrived on these shores with big dreams and an aspiration to learn and to continue to learn. Each and every one of you has had to navigate the landscape of higher education. And I'm sure at some points, the path might have felt daunting. Every application, every course selection, every late night study session is a step into the unknown, a testament to your courage and your fierce desire for a bright future. You've had support in this journey from family and friends, mentors, faculty and staff. Some of these supporters are here in this arena, celebrating alongside you. Others are celebrating from a distance. And all of them, I'm sure, are no doubt very, very proud of you. I'm very proud to have my daughter, Shruti, in the audience celebrating with me. As scholars, we embark on the journey into higher education as a leap of faith, hopeful to be part of groundbreaking discoveries at the highest levels or at a moderate level of learning and research. Universities have long been seen as places, especially American universities, where the boundaries of human knowledge are constantly pushed, driving transformative change on a global scale. Through the methodical work of scholars and researchers, some of the pivotal discoveries that universities have contributed to include, and I'm just naming a few here, the polio vaccine, the revolutionary foundations of the internet, transformative advancements in gene editing technologies like CRISPR, and crucial breakthroughs in understanding and treating diseases like cancer and HIV/AIDS. And it is in these halls of learning, amid these discoveries, that it becomes not just a place of learning, but it's also new homes. At least that's where I found my home. Places where we find our footing, our voices, and our community. I consider myself, I would say, profoundly blessed by these opportunities. My journey still feels like a dream come true on many days. Today, as I witness your achievements, I marvel at all you have achieved. You have shattered barriers and redefined possibilities for yourselves and for generations to come. You have enriched our campus with your diverse perspectives and unwavering dedication. You have brought fresh perspectives and helped us grow as better human beings. You have challenged the status quo. You have demonstrated resilience, intellectual curiosity, and an unyielding commitment, I would say, to your education. Here at Miami University and in the College of Engineering and Computing, we believe that education transcends mere skill development. We see it as the bedrock upon which you'll build a journey of lifelong learning, a continuous sharpening of thought, and the deliberate cultivation of innovation for a world that constantly evolves. Shortly, you will hear from a few of our graduating seniors who'll talk about their remarkable journeys. You'll also hear from a distinguished alumna who has had her own remarkable journey. All these remarks will demonstrate further this resilience, intellectual curiosity, commitment to education, and culture of innovation that our students and alumni demonstrate. Today, alongside our graduates and alumni, we also honor our remarkable faculty and staff. I would say they are lighthouses through the uncertainty. They offer more than classrooms. They provide mentorship, they provide support, and the unshaking belief that students need to unlock their potential, empowering each one to be informed citizens, ethical leaders, and agents of change. Consider the impact of the class of 2025 that they've already made, guided by faculty and staff. And I'm just giving you a few examples here. Engineering tissues, AI language revival, clean energy, the design of microgrids, cybersecurity for our city of Oxford, designing affordable glucose monitors, developing AI tutors for students that follow in your footsteps, designing haptic gloves that aid stroke victims, improving navigation for wheelchair users, cold pressing watercolor paper, designing electric vehicles, using radar for search and rescue operations, detecting deepfake content or Trojan hardware, and so much more. And I would say the list goes on and on. It's also fitting that we celebrate some of our faculty who are retiring. Eric Bachman and Karen Davis, professors in computer science and software engineering. And Tim Cameron, associate dean and professor in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. They have touched so many lives during their careers and served as mentors and guides to not only students, but to other faculty and staff as well. We have also had some of our staff retire during the course of this past year. Doug Hart in chemical, paper, and biomedical engineering, and Beverly Wells in the dean's office. They made every student who walked through our halls feel welcomed and supported. So graduates, this is your day. Remember your journey, honor your sacrifices, and carry your resilience and knowledge into the years to come. You're now, I would say, beacons of hope. The world awaits your ingenuity, compassion, and unique perspectives. Go forth confidently, equipped to make a meaningful difference. Your time with us is coming to an end. And as the Roman philosopher Seneca wisely said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. So embrace this new beginning because the future is yours. Go make it bright. So congratulations, class of 2025. So members of the class of 2025, today all of our college's leadership join me in congratulating you on your success. But this ceremony, we would say, is not a one-way street. We want to give you, the students, a voice. We want to hear from you. And we do this by selecting student speakers from a pool of many strong candidates. All of the candidates displayed the characteristics of many of you, our graduates: strong academic credentials, involvement in undergraduate research, participation in leadership and co-curricular activities, and a drive to lead and succeed. We had 4 deserving nominees, and the selection this year was particularly difficult. As a result, in addition to a student recognition speaker that's on stage with me, we decided to invite the other 3 nominees to address the audience via a recorded video message. So Sarah Freeman, Ryan Yu, and Claire Hobson-Ferger, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Now let us all turn our attention to the screens for the special video message from Sarah, representing the Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Department, Ryan, representing the Computer Science and Software Engineering Department, and Claire, representing the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department.
When I first stepped onto this campus, I had no idea how much these 4 years would shape me. College has been a journey of growth, discovery, and surprise. One of the first lessons I learned was the power of community. I arrived at Miami not knowing anyone and nervous that I wouldn't find my people. But then came the connections I made. In my dorm hallway, my engineering fraternity, my classes, and even the ECE department office. These relationships showed me that connection is everywhere as long as you're open to it. Second, I learned how small the world really is, especially on this campus. Even with thousands of students, familiar faces kept showing up in classes, at club meetings, and walking uptown. Brief connections turned into lasting bonds. It reminded me of how meaningful everyday interactions can be. Finally, the biggest lesson. Where I am today is not where I thought I would be. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do when I entered college, and I honestly didn't even know what engineers did. But through internships, research, and unexpected experiences, I discovered passions I hadn't known of before. Plans changed, but that's not failure, that's growth. As this chapter closes, we should carry these lessons forward. Find your people, build connections, and embrace change. We've grown so much through our time at Miami, and I'm honored that we got to do it here. To think that in such a place, I led such a life.
Graduation is one of the most important days of our lives. But why is that? Today is just another Saturday, one of many we have all spent here at Miami. Today isn't inherently special. It's special because of our own experiences over the past 4 years and the value that we give it as students, as family, and most importantly, as people. As future engineers, it is our job to build the world around us, both literally and figuratively. We will design devices, produce programs, build bridges, and more during our careers. But these are just the end products. What matters more is how we get there, how we take what we are given and combine different parts to create a novel solution. how we use everyday items, apply them in a different way, and find a new meaning in them. This way, what we create is something far more valuable and far more marvelous than the sum of its parts. At Miami, we have learned how to do just this, and not just with our engineering endeavors. We've learned how to turn each day here into an unforgettable experience. Whether it be working on a group project, playing out on Cook Field, or simply spending an evening socializing with friends, each day has had something to make it more fun and more memorable than it otherwise would have been. Today is no different. We may be graduating, but it is just another day on Miami's beautiful campus. And so, today and every day in the future, we will continue to make the most out of each day and make it more special than the last.
Miami CEC developed us as engineers and computer scientists, but also as people. We experienced life outside of the classroom through student organizations and research. Our liberal arts education allowed us to expand our perspective and challenged us to think beyond our disciplines. And CEC faculty and staff provided mentorship and guidance in a uniquely personalized way. As we reflect on our time here, take a moment to immerse yourself in nostalgia. Recall your favorite memories with the friends who have journeyed through college with you. Reminisce on the days leading up to finals week in which the engineering buildings are abuzz with collaborative group project work and intense study sessions. Also think of all your favorite quiet moments on campus, like viewing the sunrise over the red brick as you walk up High Street on your way to your 8 a.m. class. Be sure to also take time to be excited for what's to come, whether that be a new job, a new place to call home, or continuing your education. You're about to start an exciting new chapter. As you go out into the world, remember you're equipped to be problem solvers in every context, no matter the professional path you take. We're equipped to stand up for our beliefs as leaders and work with people with different skills and backgrounds. Also, keep asking why. Do not settle for accepting things just because they've always been a certain way. Stay curious about what you do and use that curiosity and passion to motivate you through hard times in whatever you do next. Congratulations, Miami University College of Engineering and Computing, Class of 2025.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Jessica Sparks, Chair of Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering Department, to the podium to introduce our student keynote speaker.
It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Ms. Emily Baker. Emily Baker received her Associate of Arts from Miami University in 2004. After spending 9 years as a stay-at-home parent, she decided to return to university to pursue a career in the paper industry. While at Miami, Emily was heavily involved in the Miami student chapter of the Technical Association of the Pulp and Paper Industry, or TAPI, serving as the treasurer, attending 2 student summits, and working with the student chair committee for the 2025 summit. She was part of the 2023 Peace Study Abroad group, visiting Austria, Italy, and Slovenia. In 2024, she was the winner of the Paper Italo Publications Technical Writing Competition, writing a piece on student recruitment for paper engineering education programs. She also served on the Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering Undergraduate Student Advisory Council. She completed 2 summer internships at Procter & Gamble, working in research and development of bath tissue and paper towels, and 1 January term internship with Du Bois Chemicals, working in research and development of paper chemical additives. Emily is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, with minors in both paper engineering and process control. After graduation, Emily will turn to Procter & Gamble with a full-time position in tissue towel research and development. So please join me in welcoming Ms. Emily Baker to the podium.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I would like to thank Dean Sukumaran for inviting me to speak today, Dr. Sparks for her leadership of the Department of Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering, and all of the supportive CPB staff for your guidance through the last 4 years. Thank you to my fellow classmates for being so welcoming and kind. And thanks to my family, especially my husband and 3 kids, for their love and support even when I told them I planned to leave the country for a month to study abroad. To the College of Engineering and Computing class of 2025, congratulations on all of your achievements. While he was deep in the academic trenches, a friend said, "If college is fun, you're not an engineering major." Hopefully, you were able to find some fun along the way. And I hope that you are all able to look back on your experience at Miami with immense pride for all that you have accomplished. It is well deserved. In 1993, Marie C. Wilson launched Take Our Daughters to Work Day to boost young girls' self-esteem and expose them to a wide range of career options. I was a small, bespectacled 8-year-old heading to downtown Cincinnati with my older sister to see our dad's work. After exiting the slightly terrifying elevator, we were greeted by the office secretaries, friendly, important-looking women in their smart skirt suits with all their cool office supplies. Office supplies so cool that for Christmas, my sister and I received a box of colorful paper clips and memo pads, wanting to practice answering the phones at Dad's work. But there was something else that piqued my interest more: the engineers. Men on their personal computers or writing very important things on the whiteboards, braving the dark computer server room with its loud fans and metal floors to plug in wires and flip switches. A job that looked more like it belonged in a science fiction movie than it did my life. When you're in elementary school, math and science are so new and exciting, a world of colorful eyewitness books, the magic school bus, and puzzle games. As high school approaches, it becomes less about exploration and creativity and more about memorization and exams. A world that becomes more difficult for any student to navigate, but especially those whose learning disabilities went unnoticed due to good behavior. When a student is always doing what they should be doing, it often gets ignored. The good is what is expected. When a student who was once in all the gifted programs suddenly begins failing their exams, it doesn't go unnoticed. Those are the things that bring that student into the office for disappointed discussions. You're not applying yourself. You have so much potential. You could be doing so much better. I didn't know that my inability to remember important information under the pressure of an exam was due to ADHD. All I heard was that I wasn't trying hard enough. All I saw were eyes turned to me when someone asked who got the lowest score. All I thought was that I wasn't good enough anymore. The reality was that I was adapting to my disability without even realizing. The silly putty I hid in my palm to fiddle with during class helped me pay attention. I identified patterns in teachers' exams, so I knew what to expect and would alter my study time accordingly. I didn't see this as a success. I thought I was gaming the system. Somehow I was cheating and nobody had found out. Imposter syndrome at its finest. When my grades improved again, I went back to being unnoticed. I went to college right after high school, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. What do you major in when you're not good at anything? I decided to get a basic associate degree just to complete the Miami plan and thought any of my good grades were still just a fluke. I must have happened to pick the right classes that I could fake my way through. One required credit was delayed as long as humanly possible, a physical science. I chose the most basic chemistry and physics course available and prayed it would not be as much of a nightmare as it was in high school. Most of us in the class were in the same boat. Try to take the easiest science class and pass. But this time, it was different. Our professor would encourage us. When we got something wrong, she would explain how we could do it right the next time. If our lab didn't look quite like it was supposed to, she would praise us for being creative. Some of us would stay after class to ask her questions. Oh, hey, did you see these new stretchy garbage bags? How do those work? We were like kids again, eager to learn something new. I graduated in December of 2004, asking myself, am I good at this? Could I actually pursue a STEM degree? During one of many insufferable days in COVID lockdown, I decided it was time to put that question to the test. I had briefly tried to go back to school a few years after my associate degree, but just 1 month in, I had to withdraw, feeding those past feelings of failure. But now, my kids were all in school full-time, and I was starting to understand how to manage my ADHD. I felt like I was ready, and I was terrified. I stepped back on the same Miami campus I graduated from 17 years early, the same campus I had to withdraw from. What was waiting for me this time around? Something that had not played out in the thousands of scenarios running through my mind: positivity. A professor repeatedly assuring me that I was indeed doing a good job and not to worry. Professors stopping to catch up in the hall and remembering specific details I had mentioned last time we talked. Seeing a cooling tower that I drew used on the lecture slides. And it wasn't just professors, it was also my classmates. Classmates who I was sure wouldn't want to hang around someone that's basically their mom. But one day, afraid I was getting annoying, I sat in a different seat and heard, "Hey, how come you didn't sit by me today?" Then classmates were asking me to join them for lunch every day, calling me while I was usually driving someone to practice somewhere to talk about that week's lab, sending me an encouraging text that I would find when I woke up the next morning. Every year, the date I withdrew so many years before would haunt me, and every year I would stay. So here I stand, a much taller, but still bespectacled, 40-year-old, leaving you with a challenge. Keep sharing positivity. It's so easy to forget to point out the good things. When we're busy and things are going as they should, we often just let it go. I am guilty of that myself all too often. But make sure you find ways to give encouragement to your coworkers, to your friends, and your family. You could be the reason someone picks herself back up and has the courage to try again. Thank you.
I guess I'm still trying to gather my emotions. So thank you, Emily. We're very, very proud of your impressive accomplishments and wish you the very best in your future endeavors. You can learn more about Emily's accomplishments from her biographical statement in your program. Now, please join me in congratulating her one more time. So everyone, it's my pleasure and indeed an honor to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Lindsay McMillan-Brown. Dr. Lindsay McMillan-Brown is a research electrical engineer at NASA Glenn Research Center, where she focuses on solar cell materials development. Lindsay was recently awarded the Presidential Early Career Award for Scientists and Engineers, the highest honor bestowed by the US federal government to outstanding scientists and engineers in the early stages of their independent research careers. Lindsay has also received the NASA Early Career Achievement Medal and the NASA Spaceflight Awareness Trailblazer Award. Prior to joining NASA, Lindsay earned her PhD in chemical engineering at Yale in 2019, where she researched new materials and nanopatterns for advanced light trapping in solar cells. Lindsay earned her bachelor's in mechanical and manufacturing engineering from Miami University in 2013. As I was reading Dr. McMillan-Brown's background, it dawned on me that she epitomizes what we always tell our students and faculty on how research and engineering practice tends to be so cross-disciplinary. If you read her degrees, it was I guess she's touched every one of our disciplines. So please help me welcome Dr. Lindsay McMillan-Brown to the podium.
Thank you for the kind introduction and for the invitation to speak today. Hello, Miami University class of 2025, family and friends. Congratulations, graduates. You made it. All of your hard work has led you to this day. You survived the late nights, study groups, design projects, lab reports, and all of those exams. You did not achieve this success alone, however. For this success, we must extend gratitude to parents, guardians, extended family, friends, teachers, coaches, professors, and everyone else who has positively influenced you and helped you to achieve this grand accomplishment. It really does take a village to produce a bright young person, and your villages have served you well. Congrats to the parents and guardians, because you did it too. You set your child out on a good path and gave them the foundation they needed to be successful. You emphasized the importance of a good education, and they took your advice and ran with it. Class of 2025, do you remember when you were accepted to Miami? Do you remember how you felt when you decided that Miami was the university for you? You were probably elated and nervous to embark on that new journey, leaving old friends and familiar spaces for a whole new world with infinite possibilities. That probably sounds a lot like how you may be feeling today about leaving Miami and moving on to your next chapter. Maybe you're headed to another school to continue education and you're not quite sure what to expect about graduate school. Or maybe you're headed to a nice job, but you're not exactly certain what you'll be doing there. Or maybe you don't yet know what your next endeavor will be. All of the aforementioned scenarios are okay. I can guarantee you things will not go exactly according to plan, but I also assure you that you will succeed. Miami has equipped you with all the life lessons and academic lessons that you can refer to along the way. The fun thing about starting a new chapter is that you can craft your own experience. You're able to make decisions about where you want to live, how you want to spend your time, and what kind of mark you want to leave on the world. By achieving this milestone today, you have demonstrated to yourselves and to the world that you can select a challenging path and commit to it and put in the time and effort required to see it through. I know that you have the will to persevere because I know you had some tough days and weeks along the way, but you did not let that deter you. Remember this accomplishment when you face challenges in the future. Recall there was a time when you didn't know how you'd pass a class or balance your workload, but you did it then and you will do it always. The joy of being an engineer or a computer scientist is that you are a lifelong learner. As you come to those problems that you don't immediately know how to solve, whether they are technical, interpersonal, or whatever classification of problem, I encourage you to approach it with a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. A growth mindset recognizes that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, hard work, and learning. On the other hand, a fixed mindset believes basic qualities like intelligence and talents are unchangeable traits. Adopting a growth mindset will allow you to embrace challenges, persist through failure, and view failures as an opportunity to learn and improve. If you believe your intelligence can be cultivated and developed, each challenge becomes an opportunity to learn instead of further evidence that you're just not a genius. You don't have all the solutions to all the design problems you'll face in your career. None of us do. But Miami CEC has equipped you with the toolkit and the skill set so that you can devise a solution to the problems as they arise. As you enter the world as a Miami engineer, I'd like to encourage you to keep ethics at the forefront. There is a great deal of morality behind the professions of engineering and computing. It is important that you practice honesty over pride. If you or a colleague makes a mistake, have the strength and character to own up to your faults for the greater good. Have the strength to stand up for what is right, even if you must do so alone. Corporations sometimes root their decision-making solely on profit. You are a person that will build products for real people, and profit is not the most important thing in this equation. The people are. Use your voice to advocate within your firm for the health and humanity of users, consumers, and citizens. Call out shoddy designs, haphazard components, unsustainable or unethical practices. You don't have to be in the C-suite to make an impact, but you can gently challenge and augment the culture of an organization with well-placed questions. You may find that senior engineers haven't paused to consider why they do what they do, besides, well, that's the way we've always done it. But your fresh perspective can seed an inquiry that can take root and shift the standard of practice. One person can change the world, and you can be that one person. Whether you consider yourself a leader or not, you lead in some capacity. You certainly lead within your home, your personal relationships. You can lead your peers, and the same translates to the culture of an organization. Display through your actions what it means to be a skilled engineer, an ethical, honest, and environmentally responsible engineer. Look to nature as you solve engineering and design problems. Mother Nature was a clever engineer. We can learn through her creations for the solutions to many of our existing problems. Remember that everything you design or create is for people. Keep the people at the front of your mind. Consider which groups of people may be exploited or harmed as an unintentional byproduct of your creations. What types of protections should be implemented to avoid those negative outcomes? As you design a new product, you should carefully consider what will likely happen to your invention after people are done using it. How will your creation impact the environment? Can it be recycled? Will it harm our planet? Now, I have no doubt that you will go forth to do amazing things and achieve great success. As you move through life, remember that the mentorship and friendship you established during your time at Miami do not have limitations. You won't age out after graduation. Your professors will still reply to your emails, they'll still give you advice, and I can attest that they would love to hear from you no matter how old you are. Keep in touch with all of your old friends and visit with them when you can. And swiftly lean into the community of your next place to get some friends IRL. That's in real life for our seasoned attendees. Remember that you are part of a whole. We are social creatures. Heaps of research shows that humans feel more emotionally satisfied when we engage in community. We live longer, perform better, and experience fewer mental health challenges. Once you reach your next place, get to work building your next community of support. I have found that for me, the yoga studio, the gym, farmers market, nature center, and programs hosted by the public library are great places to find community and make new friends. Wine tastings in the city are also nice too. Now that I'm a parent, I'm back to scouting the playground for a new friend. As lame as it sounds, I have had 100% success by asking a person I like, "Would you like to be friends?" They breathe a heavy sigh of relief and say, "Oh my God, yes, here's my number." Sometimes the kindergartner's approach is the best approach. I wanted to talk to you about friends and community because they will bring you immense joy. They are who you will lean on, and they will lean on you through frustrating days at work, breakups, and life's uncertainties, but also through promotions and celebrations, engagements, and breakthroughs. The right people will uplift you, propel you, energize, and encourage you. The wrong people will drain, discourage, and deplete you. Be mindful of who you spend your time with and practice discernment of whom you grant access to your mind and soul. In these vital, formative years of your life, you're discovering more about yourself. You're challenging your worldview, taking on new hobbies or spiritual practices, being exposed to new people and different ideas. And you're selecting what mosaic of values, beliefs, practices, traditions, and mantras will inform your life. Be cautious, compassionate, curious, and courageous as you explore the possibilities and form your worldview. You may be able to change the hearts and minds of some people, but you might have to change the nature of your relationship to others. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about hope. In her latest book, marine biologist Dr. Ayanna Elizabeth Johnson postulates that hope is passive. Hope allows people to exist on autopilot while having an expectation of a positive outcome. Dr. Johnson finds that type of hope to be unrealistic, and instead she charged her readers to practice active hope, catalytic hope, a hope that inspires people to act. I will be the 1,000th person to tell you we are living in unprecedented times. The only thing normal about the past 10 years is how abnormal they have been. I'm here to validate that the world is wild right now. Let me remind you that each generation of college students have faced the challenges of their era. Generations of Americans your age have faced economic hardships, natural disasters, civil rights injustices, and unjust wars. I don't say this to mollify the enormity of our current situation, but I say this to encourage you that you can endure this. Each generation has challenged the status quo, reimagined what they wanted their world to be. They organized and they altered history. Many believe one must major in political science or law to change the world. I disagree. You can use your analytical skills, your logic, your creativity, your voice, your strengths to improve and influence the world. You can develop thoughtful technology. People-centered innovation can and must contribute to an interdisciplinary solution to your generation's unique challenges. I believe that this class of 2025 will do great things. I believe that you will tackle the challenges of your generation with the compassion, precision, and the ferocity that we need. You should believe in yourselves and each other. Like I said earlier, one person can change the world, and you can be that one person. To recap, I've told you to employ a growth mindset, be ethical in your engineering practice, establish and maintain relationships within your community, and exude catalytic hope. The last thing I urge you to do is rest. Rest is not what's left over at the end of the day. Hard work and deliberate rest are partners. Each sustains and supports the other. Rest stimulates creativity. But if you want rest, you have to take it. You must resist the lure of busyness. You must carve out time for rest and protect it from this world that is intent on stealing it. Many philosophers have warned that if your work is yourself, when you cease to work, you cease to exist. I don't want you to feel like that. I want you to do work that you find engaging and meaningful, while also devoting time to deliberate rest to recover your energy and enthusiasm. Take vacations, maintain hobbies and relationships, live a full and balanced life. As your adventure continues, I implore you to be kind in all that you do and find beauty and peace in the nature around you. Do what you love and do what is right, even if you must do so alone. Carry a love of life and learning, and every day strive to have fun and learn something new. Love and honor, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Lindsay, for your thoughtful remarks and for your service to Miami University and your community. Let's have another round of applause for today's recognition ceremony, keynote speaker, Dr. Lindsay McMillan Brown. And now comes the part of the ceremony that we have all been waiting for, individual recognition of the graduating students. To begin with, I'd like to recognize those students who have taken the extra step to earn more than one major. Carrying an academic load for an engineering or computing degree is difficult. Pairing it with a second or sometimes a third bachelor's degree is an amazing accomplishment. Would those students graduating with 2 or more bachelor degrees please rise if you're able and not too tired from studying to be recognized? Many of our students broaden their education by earning minors or certificates in project management. Would those students please rise if you're able and be recognized? A major focus for our college has been to graduate students that are technically proficient, socially conscious, globally aware, and culturally sensitive. Would those students who have participated in Engineers Without Borders, Code to Learn, Girls Who Code, and the Miami University Center for Assistive Technology and Humanitarian Minor please rise if you're able and be recognized for your investment in becoming socially engaged engineering and computing graduates. Finally, I would like to recognize all of those who are identified in the commencement program as graduating with distinction. Would these students please stand and remain standing if you're able as I call out all the honors as a special acknowledgement of your achievements. Today we honor 63 students who are graduating cum laude, 40 students who are graduating keep standing. 40 students who are graduating magna cum laude. 23 students who are graduating summa cum laude. And 25 students who are graduating with university honors. So, let's have a round of applause for these outstanding students. Please be seated. Because we want to honor the accomplishments of all of our graduates, we'll now read the names of both the master's and bachelor's candidates as they cross the platform and receive congratulations. I always say this, but I'll say this again, and I know nobody will listen to me, but I'll repeat it. I understand that you may wish to cheer and celebrate when your graduate's name is read, and please do celebrate. It says here the family of the next graduate might not be able to hear the name, but we'll make do. So please, please applaud as your student walks across. It's now my honor to actually ask Dr. Jason Abbott, Associate Dean of the Grad School, to please come to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Graduate School, it is my honor to acknowledge the accomplishments of our students here today who have completed their programs of graduate study. Will all the candidates for a master's degree please stand if you are able? It is my immense pleasure to present the College of Engineering and Computing candidates for the master's degree. The master's degree requires a minimum of 31 credit hours of coursework and scholarly activities beyond the baccalaureate degree. These rigorous programs prepare our graduates to enter the workforce as advanced professionals or for further academic study. With the approval of the graduate faculty, each of these candidates has completed all of the requirements for his, her, or their degree, and I present them to you with pride. The marshals will now escort the candidates to the platform so we may recognize their academic achievement and that Dean Sukumaran, Dr. Marnie Saunders, and I can congratulate them. Dr. Andrew Jones will assist today.
Mohammed Abdul Samad Azad. Godwin Akwesi Ajay. Avery Maya Segrin. Naomi Faith Maurer. Fernando Romero Oneras. Ryan Thomas Jackson. Azib Farouk. Stephen Alexander Chachira. Serena Ja Lynn Owens. Julia Teresa Loncala. Robert Joseph Kilgore. Samuel Lee Lothrop. Kimberly Hamilton. Isaiah Levi Cole. Connor Martin O'Loughlin. Noah Benjamin Greenbaum. Kareem Samuri. Subodh Babu Bujel. Jitendra Sharma. Anvumin Pham. Lisa Hamarjan. Anita Baral. Bishal Bandari. Ayogi Karola. Pratiksha Shrestha. Mason Nathaniel Fields. Johan Yeager. Drew Birla. Anderson Jacob Grooms. Seth Jacob Peppo. Ryan Matthew Holthouse. Caleb Ranger Moston. Nikita Shubin. Zachary Tyler Menser. Dane Edward Miller. Ziha Leo. Dalton Derek Dries. Joseph Oscar Reindl. Jacob Grant Gillespie. Madeline Weaver. Srihara Mahesh.
So we'll now recognize the undergraduates by department. I'm assisted by Mr. Nick Stanford and Dr. Brian Kirkmeyer, reading each student's name as they cross the stage. Dr. Sparks, please come to the podium and address the Miami University Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering graduates.
It's my pleasure to acknowledge the graduates of the Chemical, Paper, and Biomedical Engineering Department. In honor of your achievements today, I'd like to share with you a story. This story comes from a speech by David McCullough, an award-winning historian, from his 2017 book entitled The American Spirit. He wrote, "Once in the last century, in the Cambria Iron Works at Johnstown, Pennsylvania, after working for months to build an unorthodox new machine for steel production, the engineer in charge, John Fritz, said at last, 'All right, everyone, let's start it up and see why it doesn't work.'" I like a lot of things about that story. So, for example, I like that it's about Johnstown, because both of my grandfathers worked in the steel mills at Johnstown, and I feel the story is connected to my roots. Most of all, I like the mindset represented by John Fritz's quote. It captures a sense of experimentation, of trial and error, a willingness to do something new and difficult because it's worth doing. It conveys a sense of teamwork. Let's try this new thing together, and let's figure out together how to do it better. It conveys a willingness to fail, to learn from failure, and to see it all as part of the cycle, part of the process of trying to make things better. Lastly, to me, the quote suggests a sense of adventure, that it's rewarding and enjoyable to have the opportunity to apply your skills to tackle a difficult challenge. As you leave here today, diploma in hand, I hope you carry with you the spirit of that story, the courage to try something bold, the resilience to learn from what doesn't work, and the joy of solving problems alongside others. The world needs people who are not only skilled, but courageous in the face of uncertainty, open to collaboration, and driven by a desire to make things better. Wherever your path leads, may you always embrace the adventure, welcome the challenge, and find purpose in the process. So congratulations, graduates. We can't wait to see what you build next. It's now my pleasure to introduce the candidates receiving a Bachelor of Science in 3 areas: biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, and engineering management with technical specialties in environmental and paper engineering. Before I call up our newest graduates from the department, I would like to recognize Emily Baker, our student speaker, and present her with her diploma jacket. Emily will graduate with a BS in chemical engineering and minors in paper engineering and process control. Candidates, please rise and come forward. Dr. Andrew Jones and Dr. Kathy Almquist will assist today.
Aaron Thomas Anthony, Vinda Fenboda, Farka Fisher.
Jonathan Serrano Flores.
Zachary Joseph Arms.
Carter William Link.
Kyle Andrew Bowling.
Aaron Michael Roskin.
Kevin Aragi.
McKenna Jules Thomason.
Rachel Ann Odell.
Sophia Giovanna Dwyer.
Emma Charlie Marie Sutter.
Lainey Marie McBean.
Kyle Christopher Orick.
Alexa Michelle Wee.
Zachary James Renfro.
Annalise Elizabeth Gayer.
Megan Grace Tibbs.
Anna Lynn Wersch.
Chloe M. Yermanos.
Kale Griffin Walker.
Jessica Nicole Rosticher.
Jacob Anthony Canuck.
Alexander Coulomb.
Bryn Elizabeth Jones.
Kelsey May Cam.
Margaret Elizabeth Eibler.
Charles Reginald Ellis Jr.
Olivia Day Lowe's,
Sophia Marie Costantino,
Evan Perry Brown,
Jason Patrick Hinderlong,
Timothy James Archibald,
Nathaniel Thomas Bourne,
Alexander Thomas Kowalik,
Jake Connor Larivi,
Landon Cole Drake,
Philip Tyler Glaw,
Samuel Patrick Carlock,
Aiden Riley Scott,
Emmanuel Morris,
William Paul Sheehan,
Tamario Huff,
Benjamin Murphy Baker,
Hendrik Petrus Duvenage,
Brendan William Williamson,
Kevin Matthew Friedman,
Wong Nangu Win,
Dylan James Albrecht,
Jonathan Ackley,
Charlie Daniel Sabin,
Leland Mercer,
Bryce Jacob Rye,
Riley Lauren Stalling,
Cameron William Rogal,
Shelby Elise Bass,
Vivian Claire Niekamp,
Marley Elizabeth Goodwin,
Olivia Vukovic,
Theodore Urban Gauthier,
Allison Elizabeth Thompson, Cyrus Benjamin Ditmar, Daniel R. Hirsch,
Dr. Ma, please come to the podium and address the Miami University Computer Science and Software Engineering graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Sparks. CSE graduates, congratulations on your outstanding achievement. You have navigated demanding courses, late-night coding sessions, debugging marathons, team projects, and countless moments that tested your limits and expanded your horizons. But beyond all the technical knowledge you've gained, I want to emphasize what may be the most important skill that you have developed, the ability to learn. In a field that evolves constantly, rapidly, the new tools, language models, systems, frameworks that emerge constantly, the ability to adapt and to embrace the unknown and to continue to teach yourself will be the greatest asset. This capacity for lifelong learning is what will empower you to stay relevant, resilient, and impactful throughout your career. I want to say how proud we are, not just of your achievement, but of what you have become. You have shown resilience, integrity, and the willingness to support one another. These qualities matter just as much, if not more, than any algorithm system design. Remember that your journey does not end here. The challenges you will face beyond Miami is real and complex, but so is your potential. Stay curious, keep building, lead with empathy, and do not forget the community you have built here. Once again, congratulations, class of 2025. We're excited for what comes next, and it will be cheering on every step of the way. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the candidates receiving degrees in Bachelor of Arts in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity, and the Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering. Candidates, please rise and come forward. Helping me today are Dr. Kurt Johnson and Professor Noam Grumpy.
Sebastian Randolph Boring,
Michael Paul Shue,
Benjamin David Randall,
John Barrett Pirzada,
Amani Lucalo Chaba,
Adam T. Barner,
Ryan James Yu,
Abby Lynn Noonan,
Yusef Ozdemir,
Jenna Mercedes Crow,
Mikey Arias,
Dulce Maria Jose Matthews,
Jack David Roach,
Emily Joy Ireland,
Nicholas James Wheeler,
Tagreed Dabani,
Landon David Deem,
Ethan Michael Page,
Jayoung Huang Vao,
Alessandro Taluto,
Samuel Ellis Hyken,
Evan Michael Earhart,
Lakhuvin Tran,
Brady Martin Spears.
Sabrina Lauren Lowe.
Savannah Elizabeth Leskus.
Claire Elizabeth Weaver.
Cameron Day.
Mallory Renee Deaton.
Jack Anthony Jubinski.
Ada Elaine Haley.
Amelia Perdum.
Morgan Elizabeth Ford.
Anthony Jacob Anastasia.
Patience Marie Chowning.
Maxwell James Dupler.
Sarah Esther Ebringham.
Ryan Fisher Van Witzenberg.
Emily K. Cuvion.
Nicholas Patrick McCarthy.
Thomas Christopher Dennedy.
Luke Edward Hecker.
Quinn Isaac Clausen.
Samuel Edward Stamp.
Cameron Michael O'Connor.
Dean Michael Angels.
Alec Paul Bird.
Evan St. Clair Williams.
Malak Lamsetef.
Aiden David Owens.
Araya Neilani Peregrina.
Leighton Lawrence Ivy Jr.
Keaton Alan Ramey.
Andrew Thomas Lemondola.
Travis Michael DeBoard.
Ethan William Han.
William Rozak.
Harry Vu.
Aiden Shane Hill.
Caden Kyle Nelson.
Riley Rihanna and Leviana Milligan.
Justin Benjamin Klein.
Sarah May Staples.
Jessica Chris-Ann Gentles.
Xuan Zhang.
Matthew Robert Sweet.
Audrey Elizabeth Armentrout.
Austin Stuckey.
Evelyn Lorraine Wheatley.
Jack Douglas Fleming.
Katie Zapawa.
Ethan Edward Daniels.
Lauren Janelle Hillman.
Alexander Joseph Kolb.
Hank Wilker Breen.
Say the middle name. James Alfred Herring.
Chase Christopher Hollander.
Joseph Christopher Brocato.
James Anthony O'Brien.
Shiram Ranganathan.
Drew Elliott Lakin.
Liam Murray McGuckin.
Jacob Jeffrey Gardner.
Jack Ryan McCacken.
Tyler Matthew Peters.
Justin Donald Darling.
Shanjan Ma.
Miles Owen Clements.
Shu Zhou.
Ethan Mariner Dage.
Hong Yu Zhou.
Paige Helm Key.
Ji Chen.
Jesse Alexander Ferguson.
Bosi Zhao.
Claire Elizabeth Hoyt.
Nicholas Tyler Shirley.
Brendan Patrick Gallagher.
Spencer William McClay. Dylan McConnell. Lillian Kiana Bennett. Emily McDonough Stevenson.
William Thomas Houston.
Giovanna Lynn Kramer. Erica Jean Abington.
Mason Robert White.
Andrew Michael Jackson.
Braden Giovanni Miranda.
Samuel H. Clark.
Nicholas Tate Dillon.
Noah Ryan Keene.
Owen Nicholas Fankhauser.
Nathan Russell Clista.
Kevin Mark Cup.
Kelsey James Roberts.
Fuad Mohammed Marakar.
Gitanshu Koshal.
Abigail Elizabeth Jackson.
I now ask Dr. Chihao Chen to present the graduates from Electrical and Computer Engineering Department.
Thank you, Dr. Ma. EC graduate, after countless nights spending immersed in building circuits, programming, tackling homework problems, preparing for exam, crafting reports, and performing those last-minute fixes before your project demonstration, you have finally made it. You have become skillful engineers who can multitask, independently acquire knowledge, and work across different domains, whether in time or frequency. You are now ready to embark on a journey to reshape our world for the better. Also today marks the end of official college education. This commencement ceremony also signifies the beginning of your career and the next phase of your life. Your lifelong learning process is just starting. Therefore, I would like to adopt Winston Churchill's words here. Now, it is not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end, but it perhaps the end of the beginning of your lifelong learning process. So maintain your curiosity, embrace continuous learning, but above all, take good care of yourself. And remember, you are always a part of EC family, and we hope we will keep in touch. We eagerly anticipate hearing about your adventure, and if your time you wasted just right, you might even join our snack time as usual. Now it is my great pleasure to present to you the candidate of Bachelor of Science in Engineering with major in Computer Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Robotics Engineering, and Engineering Management with a concentration in Electronics and Computing. Candidate, please rise and come forward. Helping me today are Dr. Mark Scott and Dr. Chihou Zhou.
I'll go. Liam Paul Frank.
Tucker Fox Scherig.
Dana Elizabeth Clark.
Blake Carlos Apathy.
Claire Grace Hoffensperger.
Alex Christopher Benintiti.
Samuel Frederick Stage.
Tamayan Tren.
Radaba. Cody Chase Radaba.
Rohan Rangaraju.
Jason Christopher Ovington.
David M. Leonard.
Rajiv Rangajaru.
Jacob Andrew Feltz.
Frederick Patrick Levins.
Zachary Scott Ho Copenhaver.
Blake Cartwright Ryle.
Aiden Michael Haley.
Cheng Jerry Chen.
Lucian Alexander Pfister.
Gartner. Bradley Thomas Gartner.
Brody Alexander McDonald.
Marcus L. Jones.
Carlo Boas Moroso.
Samuel Guinness Asabrook.
William Gregory Metzger.
Graham. Got it. Joshua Graham Strong. And Aaron Daniel Benjamin.
I now ask Dr. Kumar Singh to come to the podium to present a graduate from the Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Department.
Thank you, Dr. Chen. Hello. Good evening, graduates, parents, grandparents, and members of the Miami University community. It is a pleasure to be with you on this special occasion to honor the 2025 graduates of the College of Engineering and Computing. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and fellow students, we are incredibly proud of all you have accomplished and excited for what's ahead. Mechanical and manufacturing engineers design and build products you can see, touch, hug, and even ride on. As long as someone needs something built, from your toasters to the next generation spaceship, from your iPhones to autonomous cars, from robotics to smart factories, you will be there bringing them to life. So the next time you ride in a car, fly on an aircraft, do your laundry with washer and dryers, bake a cake in an oven, remember and appreciate the invisible, awesome mechanical or manufacturing engineers behind it. Engineers don't just build things, they build the future. Engineers change the world and make it better for all. Keep doing what's right, help others, and use your talent to make a difference. In the end, I would quote from my favorite movie, 3 Idiots, which I often quote in my students in the class. Don't run after success. Seek excellence in whatever you choose to do in life, and success will automatically follow you. So I hope you live outstanding lives, support your community, be humble, and stay in touch with MME when you get a chance. Congratulations. Now, parents, family members, friends, and Dean Sukumaran, it is my great pleasure to present you the candidates for Bachelor's of Science in Engineering Management with a manufacturing concentration, the Bachelor's of Science in Engineering in Manufacturing Engineering, and the Bachelor's of Science in Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. Candidates, please rise and come forward. Assisting me today are Dr. Kathy Ehlert and Dr. Jinjuan Se.
Luca Pietro Leuzzi.
Matt Johns.
Joshua Christopher Lane.
Travis Levi Bell.
Alexander Nopana Vankum.
Jonathan Michael Ryan.
Denver Eric Johnson.
Nathan Bernard Bonney.
Owen Anthony Boff.
Cody Sexton.
Michael Joseph McKeon.
Katie Marie Evans.
Chandler Allen Trenepol.
Amelia Victoria Absher.
Alexander Lee Deaton.
Carly Wagoner.
Mason Alexander Schultz.
John Thomas Tomtishin.
Nathan Patrick Devo.
Juan Pablo Moya.
Kyle Christopher Owens.
Lauren Rose Petrovich.
Joshua Stephen Bennett.
Jacob Robert Rimlinger.
Liam Thomas Bowen.
Audra Elizabeth Fleming.
William Colton Faunastock.
Maria Sofia Avila.
Rhett Yeager Bender.
Elizabeth Nicole Appleyard.
Henry Allen Wasowski.
Ashton Thomas Reap.
Kyle Robert Foster.
Jackson Douglas Downs.
Marcus Christopher White.
Bodie Montgomery Grimes.
Ryan Jacob Kahn.
Harris Brotman.
Cam R. Lewis.
Mark Michael Colavita.
Ian Michael Cortez.
Warren Vance Townsend.
Caitlin Nicole Horton.
Grant Phillip Cease.
Linchek. Hayden Thatcher Linchek.
Jacob Oscar de Villiers.
Scott Spear.
Robert Marshall Kearney.
Thomas Joseph Fry.
Brian Jonathan Zulauf.
Grace Lee Norris.
Tall Rube.
Amelia Claire Arns.
Evan Reese Conley.
Lindsay Claire Norberg.
Braden Calger.
Morgan Elizabeth Green.
Jaden Kevin Richards.
Katie Rose Connolly.
Amanda Marie Packard.
Lane Chatterton.
Lisa Froberg.
Paula Ambit Martinez.
Megan Ann Brockway.
Natalie Wendell Farrell.
Sarah Reagan Freeman.
Catherine Marie Baker.
Ethan Michael Gullett.
Daniel Paul Asmar.
Lisha Zhang.
Jackson T. Choi.
Florence Shu.
Joseph Timothy Maloney.
Jerry Shu.
Amari Ashanti Smiley.
Yichi Zhang.
Seth Matthew Murphy.
Corey Charles Weber.
Glenn Bayless McClay.
Jarrett Mac Pfister.
Alec Wilson Rohde.
Jared Ronald Sweck.
William Nathan Monroe. Lee Dennis Dannenberg. Sarah Caroline McEnroe. Lauren Elizabeth Denby. Jacob Perry Beal. Yiding Wang. Johnson Bradshaw Lewis. Charles Maxwell Mingy. Tyler Fox. Joseph Walter Height. Barkin Chelik. Got it. Eventually. Dylan James Robinson. Teague Kuhn. Remington Zwayer. Patrick Kevin Henley. Lewis Thomas Rowan. Woo!
At this time, I'd like to recognize all those who have successfully completed their course of study and fulfilled all requirements of Miami University and the College of Engineering and Computing. Will all of the graduates please rise if you're able? Thank you. Please be seated. In a few moments, Andrew Peterson will lead us in singing the 8th verse of the Alma Mater, which can be found in the back of your program. Afterwards, the marshals will lead the platform party, the faculty, and all the graduates from the arena floor. During this time, I'll ask the audience to please remain seated until all have left. We then ask all of you to join us in the recreational arena for a reception in honor of our students. Members of the class of 2025, the events of this weekend are memorable for us all. Let me offer once again my congratulations to those of you who received Miami University degrees and my good wishes to your family and friends who have stood beside you and supported you throughout your studies. Your university is delighted to call you alumnus and alumna. As members of the Miami family, you'll always be welcomed here. And now I ask all of you to rise together, if you're able, and join in singing your alma mater.
Miami, you were founded in our nation's early days. Now we join with generations in this song of love and praise. Old Miami, oh new Miami, days of old and days to be. Weave the story of thy glory, oh Miami, here's to thee.